Hello, I'm Bob Niscali, and I am a candidate for a 5-year term on the Falmouth Housing Authority starting in June of this year. I am currently a member of the Falmouth Housing Authority, having been appointed by the Select Board towards the end of last year to complete the unexpired term of a retired member of the authority. Before I start, I'd like to offer my thanks to the League of Women Voters and the Falmouth Community TV for affording me the opportunity to speak with you remotely during this COVID-19 crisis. My wife Gina and I have been residents of the town since 2011. I am also a member of the Falmouth Cable TV Advisory Board and have previously been a member of the town's Commission on Disabilities and a member of the St. Vincent de Paul Society in the parish of St. Anthony. I am the immediate past president of the Rotary Club of Falmouth and serve as Assistant District Governor of Rotary District 7950, which includes all of the towns on Cape Cod, Nantucket, Martha's Vineyard, southeastern Massachusetts, and the state of Rhode Island. I am an attorney and have been practicing for over 40 years in the private, government, and nonprofit sectors. I have an office here in town in North Falmouth with a satellite office in Hyannis, and I also have an office in Albany and Midtown Manhattan in the state of New York. In 1997, I was appointed managing attorney for the New York Office of Mental Retardation and Developmental Disabilities by Governor Pataki, and it was during this time that I developed an appreciation of and the need for affordable housing for members of vulnerable populations, in particular the elderly and individuals with disabilities. It is because of that passion that I developed that I agreed to serve when I was appointed by the Select Board last year. The Falmouth Housing Authority ensures the provision of affordable, safe, and decent housing for individuals with low income, the elderly, and the disabled, and in doing so, they work collaboratively with members and representatives of the community, local, state, and federal governments. I look forward to serving as your commissioner for the next 5 years and would appreciate your vote on May 19th in person or earlier during early voting. You can contact the town of Falmouth for information about early voting, and you can contact me at any time to answer any questions you might have. Thank you and stay safe.
My name is Lindsay Hopewood. I'm running for re-election to the Falmouth Public Library Board of Trustees. I first became involved with the library because I knew what a tremendous place it was and how special it was, and the librarians, the books, the programs, everything that it involves. With this pandemic, it has just shown us that so much that the library does can be passed on in other ways, and it is just helping people with books being delivered, newsletters, all sorts of wonderful things that have made people feel less isolated at home. As we go forward in the future with library branches and building and renovations and the unknown of what has happened this time and can happen again, I would like to continue to be involved. Thank you very much.
Hi, I'm Jim Fox. I'm a candidate for re-election to the Planning Board. I'd like to take just a few minutes to describe to you some of the things that we've accomplished on the Planning Board on my tenure. The hardest work we did was on the local comprehensive plan. We spent many time meeting on Wednesdays with every single board, committee, department in town, tried to put together a long-range plan for the town. And we were successful in doing that. in that, it became clear to us, and our portion of the job was land use. And how, planning board, how we're going to use our land. And the planner posed to us the question, where are we going to grow in this town? And my first response is, I don't want to grow anywhere. I like Falmouth just the way it is. Let's not change a damn thing. Pretty much that doesn't work. You need to have places to grow and housing, because if you don't plan for it and control it, it does whatever it wants and you lose control. So it became clear that we needed to develop areas of town where we wanted to grow. So we went to the Cape Cod Commission and pushed them on this issue. And they developed for us the Davis Straits Plan, which is a huge plan looking at Route 28 as it comes into Falmouth, basically CVS, Walmart, all the way into Dairy Queen and coming into, tying into Main Street. And so how could we redevelop this area? So we challenged them hard. We pointed out to them, you folks take $400,000 a year from Falmouth. How about giving some of it back in the form of planning? Because this is expensive work. And we did. We got them to work on it for years. They developed some models. First of all, what's already on the property, how is it being utilized now? And being on the sewer, they educated everybody on smart growth and complete streets, how and where we should grow. And it became clear to us that after spending $40 million on a septic system to protect our embayment areas, that we really need to not just go ahead and start building new buildings in other areas and have to spend another $40 million. So because of the proximity to public transportation, the sewers already there, it became clear to us that this is where we need to grow. At the same time, the country's use of land was changing. Brick and mortar stores have been going down in value. Many people are shopping at home all the time, or just doing a quick pickup. And these giant 400, 500 car parking lots aren't just needed and won't be needed in the future. So we have set out on a plan to redevelop these lands for people, places to live, work, and play, and feel safe, not just to park your car. In fact, we're hoping that some of the people there won't even have a car, will share cars. One of the advantages of using public transportation and having people close by where they can walk to work or walk to town, walk to beach, is the carbon footprint goes way down. It's really a dramatic use in trying to help save our planet by stopping some of the car use that we do. And so by designing more for people than for cars, and trying to have places where are in the centers of town that are safe to live and work, we feel that's how we can do the best to help protect both the character of our town, the cost of living here, and the environment. So we only have a couple of minutes, so I can't really touch on everything, but I just wanted to point out some of those things and hope you all pay attention to what the Planning Board's doing. Look up a PowerPoint presentation, density done right, and get involved. We could use your help. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Pam Harding Barrett, and I'm running for a second term for the Falmouth Planning Board. Moving ahead with the goals of the board, we are looking to create a multifamily zone in Falmouth, primarily around the Davis Straits area where there's already sewer. Multifamily zones don't exist right now, so that's something we're going to create, and in that, we need to create the density to accommodate that type of building. We need to be extra careful, obviously, about protecting any and all of our water sources from any nearby development. We need to continue to interact with other boards and meet regularly with the Board of Selectmen so that we're not in our own little silos and that we have some interaction and common goals. I'm very concerned about us increasing our stock of affordable housing Our housing production plan very clearly states that what we need in Falmouth is more 1 and 2 bedroom apartments. Not everyone is interested in living in a house. Young people may not want that responsibility. And we also know from the study that there are many older people who are downsizing, selling their homes, and want to live in an apartment. So we also need to think, I think, about dormitory style housing for our workforce, where people can live in a safe area, safe place to live, to go home to every night, that has maybe shared kitchens, but individual sleeping quarters, and just like similar to a dorm. I want to see us complete our transfer of buildable rights. I think we need to update our LIP process, which is our local initiative plan, which is a friendly 40B. And I know that our amazing housing coordinator, Carla Fiorini, is working on that. Carla Ferroni is working on that. I'd also like to include in our tax bill a tear-off. So you open your tax bill and there's a form that you can fill out to donate money, if you so desire, to the Affordable Housing Fund. Other communities have been very successful and have raised an enormous amount of money to go toward that fund. So I think that that's worth a try, and see what the heart and soul of Falmouth thinks about affordable housing. And that's a great way to do it, whether it's $10 or $100, whatever it may be. I think we have a board that works well together. It's a pleasure to serve with them. And I'm looking forward to this second 3-year term. So thank you so much for your support.
Hello, my name is Terry Medeiros, and I want to thank you for considering me as a candidate for election to this year's school committee. This will be my 5th term running for this office. When I retired some years ago, I have been teaching for 30 years, and 25 of those were at Falmouth High School. I looked around and I thought, I miss my students, and I was looking for a way to stay in contact with them. So I decided to run for the school committee. During these 12 years, my first 4 terms on the committee, I've had the opportunity to work with 4 different superintendents. I've been on 3 different subcommittees: curriculum, policy, and the budget. I'm also this year's legislative representative for the committee. Besides working on these committees, looking at the budget and the financial part of the school, I've been able to go into the schools and visit classrooms. I got to read Dr. Seuss to elementary school students, and I also got to see seniors as they presented their final projects for the year. So I'm happy I was also able to reconnect with students, and which is why I originally wanted to run for the school committee. During these years on the committee, I'm happy to report that our school committee has developed a wonderful relationship with the finance committee of the town, our town manager, and the selectmen. Together, we've developed a budget which allows for numerous opportunities for our students from grades K through 12. I'm especially happy about the one we initiated this year with the guidance of our new superintendent. And we now have an MOU with the scientific community of Woods Hole. Various organizations are pairing up to connect with our curriculum and to offer students the opportunities, great opportunities, to work with scientists in Woods Hole. Our graduates do well on MCAS. They also have a great track record in entering college and the military or going into the business world. This reflection shows, I think, that we've been successful as a school committee, and I would like to keep on doing that kind of work. I've learned a lot in my first 12 years, and I'm still quite enthusiastic to continue working so that the Falmouth Public Schools are the best they can be for our students. Again, thank you. My name is Terry Medeiros, and I would appreciate your vote for the school committee position.
Hello, my name is Leah Palmer, and I'm running for Falmouth School Committee. I have been a Falmouth resident for 16 years and have raised my 3 children here in Falmouth Public Schools. I was a Falmouth School Committee member for 6 years and took last year off and have greatly missed it. I am very proud of our Falmouth Public Schools, and I'm looking forward to supporting the next stage in public education for Falmouth after our school closures with COVID-19. Professionally, I am an English language learning director for Martha's Vineyard Public Schools. I am extremely passionate about education for all, providing access and equity for all students, all families, and all staff in our public schools. During this time of COVID-19, we have learned many different things about access and equity. We have a long road ahead of us, and we have things that we can really work on to improve access and equity for all students and families. I look forward to this next step with Falmouth Public Schools, and I know it won't be easy. We're going to have fiscal challenges. We're going to have social emotional challenges. We're going to have curriculum challenges. And we're going to be able to do this well because we've got a great community in Falmouth. I am so much looking forward to the opportunity of working again with the Falmouth School Committee and closely with the superintendent and representing our Falmouth community. I hope you all are taking care during this time. And please be well, take care of yourself, and I look forward to seeing you very soon. Thank you for your support in running for Falmouth School Committee. I look forward to making you proud and to continuing my fight for access and equity for all within our Falmouth community. I will be there to support you. Thank you for your support.
My name is Andrea Thorold, and I am a candidate for re-election to the Falmouth School Committee. I believe that strong schools are the foundation of a strong community. Ensuring that all students have access to a quality education is my priority. My husband Simon and I moved to Falmouth almost 2 decades ago now. My daughter Phoebe is a 7th grade student at Lawrence and is greatly missing her school community. I have always had a passion for education. Although my degrees are in science, opportunities to teach and the gratifying experience of helping students learn led me to pursue a career in education. Most recently, I was an educator at the Woods Hole Oceanographic Institution, where I worked with scientists to help them understand educational best practices and effectively communicate their science. As part of that work, I was able to build relationships with teachers and school districts and served as a link to science resources. This experience has enabled me to contribute to the development of a formal partnership between the Falmouth Public Schools and the science institutions in our community. I've been lucky to be able to spend the past several years being a mom and having the time to give back to our community through volunteer efforts. I continue to be an active board member for Falmouth Volunteers in Public Schools, promoting volunteerism and supporting students through mentoring, wellness, and financial literacy programs. During my first term, I've been an active member of the school committee and have contributed to several important initiatives. As a strong advocate for student and staff wellness, I have served on the district's wellness committee, helping to develop a new wellness plan. I look forward to taking the steps to turn that plan into concrete actions that will benefit our school community. I also serve on the policy subcommittee. This group has been steadily working on a comprehensive review of the entire policy manual for the district, and we are nearly finished. While that may sound tedious and dry, setting policy is one of the 3 main functions of a school committee, and I take that responsibility seriously. Looking forward, there are still areas and issues the district will continue to address, like homework guidelines and effective and appropriate use of technology. I've been able to participate in advisory groups tackling these issues, and I look forward to the outcomes of that work. I will continue to advocate for a process that includes community input and involvement. You can count on me to challenge assumptions, ask questions, and encourage the use of current research to inform discussions. Mainly, I believe in our students and know that they will be successful with strong schools and a supportive community. Thank you for watching, and I hope I have earned your vote on May 19th.
Hello everyone, my name is Michael Halen. I am a candidate for the Falmouth Select Board. I am proud to say that I am the only candidate who received all of his signatures electronically. I wanted to be on the ballot and I want to be a select board member, but I wanted to make sure that the community was safe, and electronic signatures were the safest way to do things. Also, I urge all of you to go to the Falmouth Town Clerk's website to download an application, fill it out, mail it in, and vote by mail. It's the safest way for us all to vote in this election. I want to use some of my time to thank some people in town. The first responders, nurses, doctors, firefighters, police, supermarket employees, truck drivers, all of you who are keeping us going. Thank you for putting your safety at risk for ours. It does not go unnoticed. I would also like to mention a couple organizations helping those in need in these times. The Mass Military Support Foundation is meeting in Sandwich 10 a.m. Tuesdays and Thursdays to donate food to those of military background. Also, the Falmouth Service Center is open Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays, 10 a.m. to noon, to donate to those in need. FalmouthServiceCenter.org is the website that you can go on to donate to them to make sure they can continue doing what they're doing. My family donated through the Front Porch Project. We took our own photo, but you can contact Vagabond Photography and they'll come out. Lee will come out at a safe distance, take your photo. You donate to the service center. It's a great cause and it's a fun project. I also wanted to mention the Falmouth Cares t-shirt. BTEO Falmouth.com is the website. I wanted to thank the Zammers and the LaRussos for supporting this project. All the money is going to the Falmouth Service Center and BTEO Falmouth. Also, in these troubling times, if you're in need and you need to talk to someone, the Herring Foundation is in town, AA.org, samhsa.gov are all resources to find online classes, online meetings, talk to someone, etc. To our senior population in Falmouth who are alone, who are nervous, reach out to them. Ask them if they need some shopping done. If they're compromised, I myself have been shopping for a handful of compromised seniors. It is a small thing that we can do to help ensure the safety of them in these times. And also for the teachers, all you're doing in these times, it's amazing. The online learning, the Zoom classes, the connecting with your students. It's incredible how you're all pulling together to make sure that our students have as much of an education that they can virtually, over the phone, etc. Another thing that we can actually pair some of these students with the seniors with is that if the students call a senior, it'll brighten their day, and the students can actually get an oral history lesson from some of the older generations. It's a win-win all around. For you seniors, the class of 2020, I am so sorry about this year. I'm so sorry that you're going to miss these milestones. If elected, I promise to donate my entire salary from the Select Board back to local organizations to ensure that we can recreate some of these memories that you have missed. Remember, after the worst storms, the rainbows are always the brightest. There will be hard times, we will be sad, we will be anxious, and that's okay. But there'll also be good times. We'll be happy, we'll one day get back together. And when we do get back together, the laughs will be longer, the hugs will last longer, our hair will be cut, our nails will be done, and all of these times will wash away with the tides. Thank you, Falmouth. Stay safe.
For those of you that don't know me, I am Sam Patterson. I am running for re-election for a third term as a member of the Falmouth Select Board. I want to take the opportunity to thank you for cooperating and sacrificing to minimize the impact of the coronavirus pandemic on people's lives. Most of you have made sure that you are not likely to spread the virus to others by practicing social distancing. I also want to express my gratitude to all of you who have been patiently working or volunteering to keep the rest of us healthy, fed, safe, and supported, and providing us with essential services during this period of uncertain personal and community well-being. In the midst of our uncomfortable confinement and social distancing, I think it is important to recount our blessings. As citizens, we should all agree Falmouth is amazing for its natural environment and many recreational opportunities, amazing for the quality of its public schools and continuing education resources, amazing for the number of conscientious and competent town employees that serve us, amazing for our human history and historic places, amazing for the skills, talents, and experience, artistry, and culture of our fellow citizens. Amazing for the number of people who step up to give their time, talents, and personal resources to help us maintain and improve our community. Amazing for the volunteers who help those less fortunate than themselves cope, heal, and thrive. Amazing for our New England town look, landscape, and form of government, and amazing for our overall quality of life. I have served our community for 6 years as a select person, 16 years as a Falmouth School Committee member, and 20 years of the past 22 years as a town meeting representative. I have also served as an adult scout leader for 24 years and as a volunteer in public schools for the past 28 years. Until the coronavirus closed our schools, I provided math enrichment for 6th, 4th graders on a weekly basis. My professional experience includes 18 years as a teacher of physics, 18 years as an engineer and engineering manager, and 2 years as an investment advisor. I hold college degrees in mechanical engineering, physics, and organization management. That training and experience has served me well in understanding the complexity of managing a town staff of 300 people performing many challenging functions, of addressing the community needs of 30,000 residents, and of working with a team of fellow select board members, each with a different life experience. Over the past 6 years as a selectman, I have served as the board's liaison to the Finance Committee, the Conservation Committee, the School Committee, the Community Preservation Committee, the Affordable Housing Committee, and the Friends of Nobsca Light Board. I have listened to your concerns about town issues, and I have used that opportunity to share what I know about those issues, so that through that dialogue, I am better able to represent all the citizens of Falmouth during select board deliberations. My goals as a selectman and town meeting member are still the same: to help Falmouth thrive economically, improve the sustainability of our natural environment, maintain a rich quality of life for all citizens, maintain the high quality of our schools, human services, and public safety services, improve our town's community and economic development support services, and improve the openness and responsiveness of town government. I hope this brief summary has helped you better understand me and my background, and I hope it convinces you to vote to re-elect Sam Patterson so I can continue to represent you and the rest of Falmouth as a select board member. Thank you.
Hi, my name's Nancy Taylor, and I'm running for selectman in the May 19th election. I'm running for selectman because I believe in our town. We have an amazing town here in Falmouth, and I want to be part of a board that supports this town and continues to help the town grow and be even better. My career was spent in the Falmouth Public Schools. I started as a guidance counselor in 1993, and I retired as the school superintendent in 2018. During my tenure, I had quite a few challenges, difficult challenges. If you remember, I had 2 young men die a week before Christmas, and I worked really, really hard with my team and with Falmouth High School to support our families, our students, and our parents through that. That was a very difficult time for our town, and the town came together to support the schools around that issue. I also struggled with asbestos there at the T-Ticket School, and my team again got together and we divided the school into 2, and we moved the older students over to Morse Pond and our younger students to East Falmouth. Once again, the town came together to help that happen. We were very, very transparent in our plan. We had several public meetings with parents. We listened to concerns, whether it was around transportation or how will my little one do at Morse Pond with 5th and 6th graders. And we worked really hard as a team to make that transition smooth and work for kids and for families. And I had an opportunity to go back to the town, and it was difficult, and make my case for asking for $1 million for the asbestos remediation. And the town, again, rallied around the school district, and we were able to put that through and pay for that remediation and return all of our students back to T-Ticket. So as a superintendent, you learn a lot of things as you go, and I'm certain that that will happen as a member of the Board of Selectmen as well. I do believe that what I learned as your superintendent and my skills being a superintendent certainly can be transferred to help me be an effective member of the Board of Selectmen. There are lots of issues that Falmouth is facing right now. The pandemic is the biggest one. We don't have a handbook for this pandemic. There are no rules around how to manage it. So helping to guide the town through this pandemic in a way that keeps all of our residents and their families safe and getting them back to work and restoring our economy is a challenge that I would like to be involved in. I'd like to be involved in the planning, the step-by-step planning to kind of reopen Falmouth in a way that's safe and healthy for everyone. I'm really hoping that you will consider me and consider voting for me on May 19th. I think we're all asking that people put in their request to the town clerk's office for an absentee ballot. And moving forward, we don't know what it's going to look like here in Falmouth, but I promise that I will do my best as one member of a board that governs our town. Thank you, and please consider me on May 19th.